does sound like it is a grave mistake. What are you doing about it? Are you advising travelers not to fly?
Well, you must appreciate the fact that there are many passengers or many citizens who are stuck at various cities for the last 60 odd days, who are away from their families and who could not travel due to restrictions laid down under lockdown. And probably for them, it is an opportune time to fly back to their destination. But then the whole thing has happened in a very messy fashion, because the central government, while they have approved flights to various destinations and they said they will restart domestic operations from the 25th of May, that is today, they seem to have not consulted the states. So each state has come up with different regulations. And in fact, many flights were cancelled early morning today. So passengers have reached the airports with great difficulty to discover that their flight has been cancelled due to various reasons. And that is sad indeed.
What are you most concerned about, Mr. Reddy?
Pardon?
What are you most concerned about as India decides to let travelers fly again?
No, we are most concerned about the regulations laid down by each state about quarantine, because that is something that no air traveler would like to undergo, because why does he travel by air? Because if he has to go on work or, join duty in a company, or he must have a valid reason to travel after the initial euphoria. So we are very concerned as to how long will they continue this quarantine on a compulsory basis. So many of the states have introduced quarantine, and which will involve 14 days of either home quarantine or institutional quarantine. That will increase their time that they will be spending on arrival in a destination, which will be a waste of money also, because they will have to pay for quarantine, institutional quarantine. So nothing is really clear about air travel within the domestic sector.
What we have heard are some rules and regulations, Mr. Reddy. Thermal screenings at the airport, no check-in counters, only web check-in, one check-in bag, safety for PPEs and whatnot are going to be given out. No meals, for example. Do you think that these safety measures are enough to keep passengers safe at this moment? Are proper precautions being taken?
Yeah, very frankly, so the feedback we have got till now for today's operations, passengers seem to be quite happy with the various procedures laid down, and they're saying that it is not very complicated. Well, that is because these people are desperate to travel. Only those who want to travel later on for work will find it complicated, because you have to undergo so many processes. But which some of them are good, some of them are complicated. And I hope within a week things will change and they will get into a situation where it attracts more and more people to take to air. Today, I'm told some of the flights were cancelled because of lack of passengers, which is a sad situation. And so we don't want that to continue if domestic operations have to continue.
Given the confusion that we got in resuming...
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, Mr. Reddy, given the confusion that there was in the domestic airlines and resuming operations there, are you getting any indication of international flights resuming soon in India?
No, you see, the minister on the same day has stated that we'll even start from mid-June or end June, and then he says in another interview we'll start from August. So we are really at a loss to understand, how this can happen. But this new thing that they have introduced, Vande Bharat mission, right from early May, has been very successful, and we hope that many passengers who are stuck in India or overseas can get a flight, to go on international destinations. I don't think it will
Mr.
happen
Reddy,
before.
we heard from Mr. Reddy, we heard from Qantas CEO that the cost of tickets could go up 8 to 9 times from here, given social distancing measures within the airplanes. How are you trying to put a lid on the cost for tickets in India? What are discussions like now?
No, you are talking of international or domestic? International tickets?
Domestic, as they resume flights.
No, domestic, there has been a regulation on fares. They have, government has announced a minimum and maximum. And they said that the average of minimum and maximum should be 40% of the tickets sold. So there is, there are some strictures on what fares airlines can charge. It is not a free-for-all, ticketing pricing. That has worked well.
Mr.
In
Reddy,
fact,
thank you so much for your time.
Some sectors, yeah. Thank you.
Yep, go ahead.
No, it in fact, some of them had even offered tickets at much lower than the mid-range that government has regulated. So I don't think anyone is trying to fleece the passengers.